You know him from Haunted Objects Podcast, Amazon Prime's Hellier, and the Travel Channel's Kindred Spirits. But tonight you'll have the chance to see him live, important in this conversation, and in person on stage at the Hobby Center in Haunted Objects Live, a presentation that'll leave you on the edge of your seat, so they tell us. Please welcome paranormal researcher and host of Haunted Objects Podcast, Greg Newkirk, to the show. Hello there, Greg.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
We're glad you're here.
I'm stoked to be here.
It's the Halloween season. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, give us a call or text 713-440-8870. Okay, I'm probably the more skeptical one of the two of us here.
Great.
I just, come on.
Hey, listen. I'm, believe it or not, might be hard to believe, I'm skeptical too.
Okay.
I've done this for a very long time, and the thing that my wife and I are always trying to do is we're trying to find reasons to continue believing in spooky stuff, because it seems like the more you research it, the more reason there isn't to believe in it anymore.
So are you still skeptical?
I'm still skeptical, but here's the thing. We've found a lot of reasons to believe in this stuff in science and in psychology. There are reasons to believe, it's just not what we've been told.
I think that's the key to your success, honestly, because when watching you, you're kind of like, we got this email and this was kind of weird and who would believe that? And you're kind of like, I feel the same way you do, Frank, that this is just too, weird.
Sure.
And that you kind of take us through and then you let us make sort of our own decisions.
Yes.
Based on what you are finding.
Yes.
I want to go back to your childhood.
Oh, dear.
Here we go.
Did you so you were born in 84. So did
Yes.
you grow up on the X-Files? Did you love the X-Files?
Oh, watched way too much X-Files. Too much X-Files, Coast to Coast AM, listened to. Shouldn't be listening to that type of stuff.
Yeah, because you've been doing this since you were basically born.
Oh, yes. I mean, my dad's a Baptist minister. So, you
you
can imagine how he feels about what I do for a living.
It's
but
always
I think
the preacher's kids.
Of course. They're always a problem.
Explain it to the audience what it is you do for a living. We kind of jumped right into it, assuming
sure.
everyone knows.
And his wife does the same thing. She's
Yes.
also a weirdo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we grew up with
That's what
it.
they call themselves. They're
Hey,
weirdos.
it's a term of endearment. We call ourselves professional weirdos.
Yeah.
Because that's really
but
what we do.
explain what it is you do.
We investigate all kinds of strange claims, whether it is claims
Bigfoot.
about, we took Jeff Goldblum Bigfoot hunting for Disney a few years back. We investigate goblin sightings in rural Kentucky, haunted objects, ghosts, psychic phenomena, extraterrestrials, you name it. We've probably investigated it.
So is there one, going back to Ernie's point, is there one incident
Yeah.
where you went, okay, now I kind of believe?
What was it that turned your hair gray?
That's just bad genes.
Boy, and then you could explain your hair.
Working with Frank every day.
It's not one single thing. It's a combination of a lot of different things, because one of the things that's become very important to us is typically when people find an interest in subject matter like this, they sort of stick to one aisle. It's either, I'm into ghosts, or I'm into Bigfoot, or I'm into this. But what we noticed is the more that we broadened our horizons and we hung out with weirdos of all different stripes,
Right.
we eventually can kind of lay those things on top of each other like a map and see the things that correlate between one another. And once we've done that, we realize there's something strange that's going on that we don't really quite understand. And the more that we explore, the closer we get to some kind of an answer for it.
Is it lack of understanding basic science to some degree, or is there a second layer we're just not in touch with? What do you think it is?
I think it's a combination of both. I think that, reality television and a lot of films and television, they've given us a bad perspective on what the paranormal is. Mm-hmm. The paranormal is a subjective experience, and I think that it's something that evolutionarily we encounter in times of high stress to kind of like shake us up and make us look at the world a little bit differently. And you notice that anytime anybody's going through some kind of an experience like that, there's usually high stressful things happening, there's emotional things happening in their lives, or maybe there's a problem that they're not solving in their lives. And once they approach that honestly, that the ghosts tend to go away, so to speak. So I think that there's a reason that we have these experiences. I mean, look at it. They've gone back to the dawn of humankind. There's something going on there. We just are probably approaching it from a very subjective subject.
But my argument would be back on that,
Yeah.
is that as we have evolved as the species, we have learned more. So
Sure.
back when we thought these things were mystical and magical, as we've understood science and physics and all of that, we can explain it.
Yeah.
So the stuff that we think are ghosts and spooky and haunted,
Yeah.
that 1,000 years down the road, we will have a very easy explanation that children will understand.
Absolutely, but I think we'll still see that there was a positive mechanism at work there that allowed us to think more creatively about the world that we're in as almost like a problem-solving tool or a tool to get over grief or whatever it is that you're looking for.
For example, do you think that we have aliens just among us or aliens that came from another planet?
Are there lizard people in Congress? as
Oh,
that story
Lord,
was
I'm not
going?
touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I have a serious question here.
I don't necessarily believe that that's the case. I don't necessarily know that extraterrestrials from other planets are coming to visit us.
So maybe they're already here. We just don't see them until they want us to see
Well,
them.
if you look at the work of people like, the late Dr. Michael Persinger, who was studying consciousness and the effects of electromagnetic waves on the brain, geomagnetic anomalies on the brain, it does appear that there could be other things that we don't see or interact with very often that in specific emotional states do have an effect on us that might have some kind of an intelligence we don't understand and just sort of are floating around out there that we can't see.
So do you have beliefs in things or do you have beliefs in nothing? Just like if I said, is there a Bigfoot? Do you have an answer to that?
One of my heroes, John Keel, who wrote the Mothman Prophecy, said, "Belief is the enemy." So I'm pretty agnostic, believe it or not. I just I'm always looking for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, then take me over. We're going to shift a little bit here. Talk to me about objects.
Yes.
And, so many haunted objects.
Yes.
Why would an object be haunted?
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Because remember Friday the 13th, the TV series?
Oh, of course.
And
Yeah,
I,
of course.
I knew
Curiosities.
we loved that.
Yes.
And there was an antique shop and that had these possessions
Right.
that would be sold, and it was the crew's mission to get it back.
And each one had a story.
And each one had a story.
Yes.
So
I'm
that's
curious.
sort of like your question.
Yeah, but also even like the Annabelle movies and all that.
Sure,
And we
sure.
kind of, a lot of people will mischaracterize you and your wife like the couple in that go out.
Far
and have
less
their
Catholic.
But
Far
you have
less.
a touring museum of these things.
We
correct?
do.
So talk about objects and why you would think or why people expect or hope or wonder if these things are haunted.
Well, I think it's just a matter of how you look at it. When you think about it, when people think about hauntings, they think about haunted houses, right?
Yeah.
Those are just a big object.
Right.
And so I think that when it comes to smaller objects, and the reason that people have ideas around those things about somehow being like supernaturally influenced, a lot of people, when they go through the way that this breaks down for us, most of the things that people send to us have some sort of a traumatic event associated with the object. And so the person themselves, they have gone through something and they've fixated on this item while they're going through it. We only get the bad ones. The good ones you would call a family heirloom.
Yeah.
That trinket that reminds you of your grandma and you feel really nice anytime you're around it. We get the opposite of that usually.
So do you believe in the Ouija board?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
But I believe that it's a method to communicate with your subconscious because I think it's your subconscious mind that is
It's moving
connected to
things?
the all.
Ah.
That's what I think.
Okay, I'm going back to objects again.
Yes.
I'm sticking on this for a while.
Okay, it's all
The
right.
Ouija board's an object. I was
Yeah,
saying
for sure.
It's
but
a
that's what's so
game from Hasbro.
But listen, what's so scary about them is if you are, the skeptical conversation is, well, it's the idiomotor effect. It's micro movements. It's your own subconscious mind that's moving it. That's scary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's some scary stuff floating around in there.
Back to objects again. Held something, touched something
Yeah.
that's given you a chill. That's made
totally.
you go
All the
like,
time.
whoa.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, the things that people send to us, we never experience anything with. But once in a while, there is something that I think there is a stranger effect to. And there has been research done by there's a guy named Dean Radin, Dr. Dean Radin. He's a real parapsychologist. He did a study where they basically looked at whether you can impress feelings and emotions into an object, hand it to somebody in a control group who has no idea that any of that's been done. They actually can pick up on that thing. It might be some form of ESP that we don't really understand yet, but I think a lot of the times you can impress those things onto items.
Do particular items, from your point of view, have a more likelihood of being possessed? Like a doll or a wooden box, a ball, a piece of clothing, do certain things tend to
A
lean more
rosary,
toward
for
a
instance.
Well, sure. I mean, that would be one of my first things. Is something that has religious or spiritual significance to somebody. You think about how often they're holding that rosary, they're thinking about it, they're praying around that thing. You see that from all different types of cultures. I mean, one of the things that we get all the time, we get other cultures' holy relics that somebody doesn't have the context for, and it freaks them out. But once we get them and we are able to figure out what they are, we realize, well, there's been a lot of thought and prayer pushed upon these things.
So have you and Dana ever gone, or tell me, I know there's got to be a place,
Yeah.
a house, a forest, a graveyard, a cave, tell me somewhere that you two have gone together and looked at each other and gone, oh, well, heck, we should probably not be here.
I mean, there's a place where I grew up that was one of the places that made me believe in ghosts. It's a little old church in the middle of nowhere, and in it we have caught EVPs that speak German.
Wait, what's
It
an
was
EVP?
An electronic voice phenomena.
Okay.
It's when you use any
Yeah,
kind of
I've seen
recording
it.
device.
Yeah.
You know, you leave it out. Sometimes there are things in it that you did not hear at the time happening.
Okay, take me to the show. What do people
Yeah.
see when they come to see you, especially tonight even?
Well, what people are going to see when they come to the show, they're going to get a bunch of spooky stories that are suitable for Halloween, that are all based around haunted objects, but each one of them has sort of something that we can learn about the mind, about spirituality, and then at the end of the show, we're taking everything that we've learned, and the audience is going to help us create a new haunted object.
So are these fellow weirdos or people that just show up because they love to go to live stuff?
There's all kinds of stuff. You know, one of my favorite things is when people show up and they go, I'm sorry to say this, I have no idea who you are. I'm like, no, that's great. I'm glad that you were curious enough. The whole show basically is about embracing curiosity instead of fear, because we're taught to fear a lot of these things, but I think that they're innate human experiences. We're supposed to have paranormal encounters.
Moving haunted objects around,
Yeah.
do they lose their effectiveness? And also, I guess the bigger question is it haunted to the person that has the connection with it more so than the others?
100%. For your second question, 100%. Again, that's why I don't think we experience a whole lot usually. But I think that moving them around like we're doing, like that's part of this big experiment. We have these dolls that we made that are the perfect vessels to create a haunted object. Because that was the other thing. Things that have a personage to them, they look like they have a face. It's easier for us to look at them and wonder what they might be up to. I think those make better haunted objects.
Yep.
So we've created everything we could to have the perfect vessel, and then we're taking them all around the country, and people are impressing their beliefs into
You're at
them.
Hobby Center tonight. What time?
8 o'clock.
Oh, you're going to have a great turnout, I know.
I can't wait.
We were so engaged in the conversation, we never even reminded people who you are. So I get to do this right now. Paranormal researcher Greg Newkirk, you can catch him in Haunted Objects Live tonight at the Hobby Center. For more information, visit thehobbycenter.org. Thank you for coming in and
Love it.
spooking us a little bit today.
Anytime. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.